We often feel bad when a cute antelope is being chased by a big cat, or when a zebra is trying to escape an apex predator's grip. But sometimes the roles are reversed, and what looks like a walk in the park for the predator suddenly turns into a nightmare. If you're interested in seeing some underdogs teach some nasty animals a lesson or two, then keep watching as we count down 15 times a prey fights back and defeats a predator.
The calf had a lucky escape, but the cheetahs have been fortunate as well.
Number 15. Oryx's or gemsbok horn instills fear. The oryx is a large antelope that lives in herds on the deserts and dry plains of Africa. The gemsbok is also a large antelope in the genus Oryx, but lives in regions of southern Africa. Both animals are remarkably similar, and both have deadly horns that can kill the most dangerous predators. In our first clip, these two young cheetahs have discovered an injured gemsbok that may have escaped from a lion. What a day this gemsbok is having. First a lion, and now two cheetahs. The cheetahs approach the oryx, but this is one big animal, and perhaps even their mother would have a hard time dealing with such a massive beast. Let's not forget, cheetahs are not very big, and they usually hunt smaller antelopes. The cheetahs consider the task at hand, and after a few minutes of reflection, they decide the risk is too big and walk away. Instead, they decide to chase the herd, and they end up catching a calf. But the young cheetahs did not expect the calf's mother to jump into the action and attack them. But that's exactly what she does. The cheetahs are stunned and run away. The calf seems okay, but its mother checks up on it to make sure. She smells the calf under its belly and immediately runs after the cheetahs. Our next clip shows a pair of lions checking out this oryx. The oryx doesn't seem at all impressed with the lions because it's just standing there. There are now 4 lions, and the oryx isn't even trying to run. Is there something I'm missing here? It's like the lions are setting up the barbecue, but none of them want to get the meat out of the fridge. Finally, in this last clip, 2 female lions are preparing an attack on an oryx. Oryx are spooked by the slightest sound, so the lions must be very quiet. One lion makes a mistake and breaks cover. They still go for it, with one lion pushing the oryx towards the other lion. The oryx stands its ground and confronts the lions. The lions give up, and the oryx lives to see another day. Number 14. Buffalo flicks lion into the air. The Cape buffalo is a fearsome beast, capable of tossing a lion into the air like a stuffed toy. A hungry lion got even more than it bargained for after its attack on a Cape buffalo took a dramatic turn in an impressive viral video recently captured in South Africa's Kruger National Park. One lion pounced on the buffalo and appeared to be seconds away from a fresh kill after 2 young lions had been stalking the buffalo prior to the attack. The buffalo appeared to be exhausted, and the game appeared to be over. Then, 2 of the original herd returned to investigate when one buffalo made a daring rescue, charging at the lion and flipping the predator high into the air with its strong head horns. Surprisingly, all the animals managed to survive the fight relatively unscathed, with the exception of the 2 felines' egos. The Cape buffalo, despite its short stature, can weigh up to a ton. Buffalo herds have been known to work together to protect their members, killing predators in Africa's parks and reserves. The sheer power of these creatures astounds me, particularly watching the bull throw the lion around like an inflatable doll. In the next video, another buffalo effortlessly tosses a lion into the air. It's a small cub this time, and I'm sure when this cub grows up, it will think twice before attacking another buffalo. Our next sequence has a buffalo chase a lion and throw it into the air. I'm pretty sure the lion must have felt some pain since the buffalo's horn stabbed it in the belly. Indeed, the lion walks away hurt and limping. Finally, a courageous lion approaches an entire herd of buffalo, but the lion chases the buffalo and they all run away. The buffalo return and chase the lion while another lion looks on. One buffalo chases the lion away from the herd, isolating itself, and is now surrounded by 4 lions. The lions try to corner it, but the buffalo is quick to react. The herd rejoins the buffalo and they all face the lions. It's not happening for the lions today. Number 13. Gazelle and oryx versus predators. The cheetah isn't the biggest cat, but it's the fastest, so when it goes on the hunt, it's not easy to get away. However, the gazelle is also extremely fast and is equipped with a pair of long horns that can do some damage. In this sequence, a cheetah decides to hunt a gazelle. It's a race between 2 of the fastest land animals in the world. The cheetah hangs onto the gazelle's rear end, but it's not easy for the cheetah to hold on. The gazelle is big and strong and keeps kicking the cheetah, which is having an awfully hard time getting a stranglehold to the gazelle. The cheetah gets some help from its cubs, but it's still very difficult for them to bring the gazelle down. The gazelle is able to move the adult cheetah, which allows it to stab it in the midsection and drive the cheetah into the ground. The horns of the gazelle are piercing the flesh of the cheetah, and eventually the gazelle escapes. The gazelle is not in great shape, but the cheetah is in even worse shape. You can see her side has been ruptured by the gazelle's horns. With this injury, the cheetah will not be able to hunt. In our last sequence, lions attack an oryx in the water. You can see one of the lions on the oryx's back while all the other lions are watching. It seems like the oryx is trying to drown the lion. With a few kicks, the oryx manages to escape the lion. Number 12. Wildebeest escape lion's jaws. Wildebeest are probably the lion's favorite prey. In this first clip, two lionesses strike a wildebeest, which retaliates by hooking one of its horns into one of the lioness's leg. The wildebeest keeps stabbing at the hooked lioness and doesn't stop until it throws her onto the ground. Meanwhile, the other lioness is biting the wildebeest's leg, so the wildebeest tries to hit this feline with its horns. The lioness, by chance, ends up running away from the wildebeest. This was one mad wildebeest. In this next clip, this wildebeest is giving this lion a beating. I mean, it's ramming into the lion, not giving it a chance to get on its feet. I know lions need to eat, but it's nice to see the underdog win a feat once in a while. Wildebeests seem to have the advantage when they go one-on-one against lions. This next wildebeest chases this lion, and the lion runs away. Lions seem to be great hunters, and they hunt as a team, but on their own, although still formidable, they're not as efficient. Watch this next video as this wildebeest is trying to escape the grasp of a few lions. Check out how high it jumps when these two lions try to stop it. This wildebeest is unstoppable. Finally, lions try to ambush a herd of running wildebeest. A powerful male lion manages to grab one, but it's not easy as the wildebeest manages to free itself several times before it succumbs. Number 11. Zebra super kick. Zebras are another favorite meal of predators on the African savanna. In this sequence, this lion is planning to hunt a zebra. It quietly approaches a herd of zebras and gets ready to run for the kill. The lion takes off, chasing the zebras. But just as the lion tries to lay its two paws on the zebra kicks out several times, preventing the lion from making any contact with it. The lion doesn't give up and continues the chase, but the zebra is tenacious, even when the lion has it in a headlock. The zebra manages to bite the lion several times, and the lion lets go. This gives the zebra a few seconds to get back up and stomp on the lion several times. In this next clip, a lion is biting a zebra's neck, trying to keep it under its grasp. The zebra is on its sides, kicking the daylights out of nothing, but it's giving the lion trouble. The zebra gets back up and desperately tries to slip out of the lion's hold. With a lot of hard work, the zebra frees itself, and when the lion tries to bite its leg, the zebra kicks it so hard it is able to escape once and for all. This clip shows a lion holding a zebra by the neck in a lake. The lion looks locked in on the zebra, and it doesn't look like the zebra is getting out of this one. The zebra manages to turn the lion into the water, which couldn't help it out since the lion's face is almost submerged under the water. If that happens, the lion won't be able to breathe and will release the zebra. That's exactly what happens, and the zebra takes off with the lion chasing it. This next clip shows a zebra mother saving her young by giving the lion a nice kick in the noggin. Hunting zebras for lions is not a sure thing, and this video shows exactly why. This lion chases the zebra but gets kicked so hard it lets go and is seriously injured. Number 10. Porcupine's quills. Porcupines look like an easy catch for first-time predators, but any predator which has tried to kill one will have stories to tell its grandchildren. This leopard finds a porcupine strolling in the middle of the street at night and approaches it. The leopard isn't too sure what it is and is curious, but for some reason, it understands it can't just jump the porcupine because something unpleasant will occur. As the porcupine walks around, making sure it always has its behind facing the leopard follows it, hoping to strike it where it is vulnerable. Instead, the leopard gets stuck with a few quills in its snout and has fun time trying to get rid of them. This next clip shows two leopards trying to mess with the porcupine, and the outcome is the same. This time, a bunch of lions surround a porcupine, and some of the cubs find out what it's like to hunt one. This is no easy task, even for an adult lion. If the porcupine keeps its back to the lions, it's safe. But there are many lions, so the porcupine could become vulnerable if one of the lions manages to strike the front of the animal. Nothing really happens, and it almost looks like the porcupine is a guest at a picnic hosted by the lions. Finally, in our next clip, a different predator tries its hand at killing a porcupine. A snake. A snake can kill a porcupine, but it's what happens after when it eats the porcupine that's disturbing. Many snakes have been known to die after they've eaten one. It'll teach them to go messing with this little fella. Number 9. Crocodile versus big cats. The cheetah is not a large cat, but it's quick. The cheetah is having a drink of water, and at any moment, anything can happen in the bush. A crocodile jumps out of the water and grabs the cheetah. The cheetah tries its best to fend off the crocodile, but it's history. Our next clip shows us a leopard drinking water, but this cat senses something is not right. It senses the presence of enemies lurking in the close vicinity, and it decides to play it safe by moving away from the water and laying down until the crocodiles swim away. This next clip shows a jaguar take a jump into the water to attack a crocodile, but the plan backfires as the jaguar tries to get out of the water. The crocodile grabs its tail, not letting go, even though the jaguar is pulling with all its might. Finally, the jaguar is able to escape from the crocodile's grip. In this last clip, we can see a crocodile and a lion caught in a tug of war over what looks like a small antelope. The crocodile pulls its weight in the water and retains the kill, but as soon as it gets close to the shore, the lion jumps in once again, trying to steal the kill from the crocodile. Both are pulling their weight and not giving up. This thing can go on all night. Number 8. Wildebeest attack wild dogs. Wild dogs are probably the best hunters of the African savanna, but when they try and bring down wildebeest without a strategy, things can become more difficult. Just watch these wild dogs attempting to get close to these wildebeest and having all sorts of problems. The wildebeest are much bigger than the dogs, and when they charge a dog, they can do a lot of damage with their horns. And that's exactly what happens to one of the dogs. Everything in this clip goes the way of the wildebeest. In this next clip, these wild dogs are chasing this wildebeest, and their tactic is to share the burden of the chase. The wildebeest, however, seem like they're getting back to the herd, hence the game will change as soon as they get there. The wild dogs change the game and chase a smaller wildebeest and eventually catch up to it. Finally, these wild dogs have cornered a wildebeest, and the only way out is probably to jump into the water. But the dogs are biting it and jumping into the water as well. The wildebeest fights back though, so this is not a walk in the park for the dogs. The wild dogs finally overpower the sole wildebeest, which put up a good fight. Number 7. Giraffe versus lion. Lions rarely target giraffes because they understood how much effort and energy it takes to bring down a fully grown giraffe. When food is scarce, however, they will go for what is available, and lions will be forced on giraffes. This is no simple task, as you can see in this first excerpt. Watch this giraffe constantly trample this lion. One lion facing a giraffe doesn't have much of a chance of bringing it down. Even a group of lions will struggle to take down a giraffe, as shown in this clip, in which the lions are kicked in the face more often than none. If the lions are unable to close in on the giraffe, the lion's chances of survival are decreased. A lion will die instantly with a single blow from the giraffe. If they manage to bring down the giraffe, their bellies will be filled for days, so it's a perfect catch for the entire family, but not a simple one. Look at this giraffe's power. The giraffe stays stoic and even takes on the challenge without making a sound, even with one lion on its back and 3 lions biting its legs. These battles between giraffes and lions are legendary. Number 6. Warthog versus big cats. Warthogs are tough cookies, and they're not an easy prey to kill. This is perfectly demonstrated in this next clip, where a cheetah is devouring the screaming warthog, and it looks like it's game over. But after all this yelling and lamenting, the warthog turns it around and goes crazy on the cheetah, managing to get out of the cheetah's stranglehold and escape. In this next clip, warthogs and cheetahs are drinking at the same waterhole. The warthogs are not happy, and they want to let the cheetahs know. So what do? One of the warthogs rams into the cheetahs, frightening them all. In this next clip, a young male cheetah tries his hand at hunting warthog, only to have the warthog turn around and chase him. In this next clip, a leopard tries to grab a baby warthog, but the mother rams into it, flipping the leopard in the air. But as soon as the leopard lands, it can grab the baby and run away with it in its mouth. However, in this clip, the leopard isn't so lucky. It's a similar situation where the leopard grabs the baby warthog, but this time, mom rams the leopard so hard, it goes flying in the air and lets go of the warthog. The leopard doesn't move for a few seconds. It's probably thinking twice about going after the warthog again. Finally, a lioness goes against a warthog as its cubs watch on. The warthog charges the lioness, and the lioness backs off. The lioness finally gives up. Number 5. Zebra escapes from crocodile. Zebras must often cross rivers infested with crocodiles, and it doesn't always go well. In this clip, you can see how difficult it is for these zebras to make it across the river. The current is strong, and on top of that, they must worry about crocodiles. This baby is being carried by the current and ends up somewhere else, but still manages to climb to the other side with a crocodile at its tail. One mother calls out her young because she can't find it anywhere. This other baby walks on top of a crocodile without even knowing it, and the crocodiles can't do a thing about it. Our next clip shows us a crocodile holding a zebra by the leg. This is a tough position to be in for the zebra, and I'm not sure it'll manage to get out of it. Even if it does, its leg will be broken for sure, so it will eventually be killed by another predator. The zebra pulls hard enough to free itself, but it's limping badly, and I don't think it will recuperate from this injury. Finally, these zebras are crossing the river, and you can see all the crocodiles waiting impatiently to grab one. One of the crocodiles grabs a young zebra, but the crocodile makes a mistake when it tries to get a better grip on the zebra, giving the baby zebra enough time to get away. Number 4. Honey badger versus lion. Honey badgers are fearless, and even the mighty lion doesn't scare it. Watch these lions chase a honey badger, and when they finally get to it, they find out all about this feisty little animal. I just don't understand why they keep looking at it instead of just attacking as they do all other prey. It's as if they are surprised by its aggressivity. They keep following it around, and occasionally the badger turns around and hisses at them or attempts to bite one. One lion finally has enough of the badger's attitude and kills it. But it is still impressive to watch such a small animal stand up against a mighty predator. In this next clip, a male lion runs toward a honey badger, but the badger gives the lion a piece of its mind. It's not about to take any crap from this lion. It lets the lion know it isn't welcome and tells it to scram. The badger just keeps walking with the lion just behind it. It almost looks like they are on the yellow brick road about to meet the Tin Man. Our next sequence has two honey badgers facing a pride of lions. To say the badgers are matched is an understatement, but hey, you never know what the outcome will be when badgers are concerned. The badgers defy the lions and the lions back off. Finally, our last clip has an American badger confronts a mountain lion. This badger is digging a hole, and I'm not sure if the American badger is as crazy as the honey badger, but let's see how it reacts when this mountain lion sneaks up on it. Wow, I guess American badgers share some of the same genes with their African cousins. The badger goes nuts on the mountain lion, which backs off. The mountain lion tells itself life is too hard and it doesn't need this crap and turns around and leaves. Number 3. Grizzly bear versus wolves. Bears and wolves are apex predators, but what happens when they meet? In the wild, the two species evolve together and do not fight for the same foods or harass each other. Wolves are quicker and more agile than bears. Bears are bigger and heavier. The bears ignore the wolves, who, though curious, recognize the bear as too formidable and an adversary to take on. However, they can clash when there is no other choice. Wolves are usually in packs of 10 or 15, so when they meet a bear, they usually gang up on it. But the bear is a powerful opponent, and even many wolves may not frighten it. If the bear has cubs, then the wolves try to snatch a cub if they are hungry. In this clip, you can see a bear defend its kill from a pack of wolves. The wolves are hungry, but they are hesitant, because they know one wrong move can make them the dinner. The bear is surrounded, but it stands its ground even though there are at least 10 wolves taunting it. If the wolves all jump the bear at the same time, the bear would have no chance, but none of the wolves want to go for the fear of being killed. The wolves realize it's too much of a risk and decide to leave. Our next clip has two bears up against a few wolves fighting for an elk carcass. The wolves are tenacious and harass the bears for the carcass relentlessly, obtaining what they want in the end. Perseverance pays off for the wolves. Number 2. Elephant versus lion. Lions seldom attack elephants unless they are starving, and even then it's a very big risk. In our first clip, a younger elephant seems to be in trouble with a couple of male lions on its back. But when the herd approaches the area, the lions know what's best and retreat. The younger elephant walks back with them safely. This next elephant is surrounded by a pride of lions and even has one on its back. The elephant walks into the water, and that's when the lion on its back jumps off and the elephant is able to escape. Like I said before, elephants are no easy task to bring down, even for an entire pride of lions. This knife footage shows some tenacious lions hunting an elephant, and this time, they get what they came for, taking down the huge animal and enjoying a well-deserved meal. Number 1. Hippo versus lion. The hippo is another beast lions don't attack often, for obvious reasons. In this first clip, watch how this hippo chases this lion and almost crushes it to death with one bite. Although they are big, hippos run fast, so they are not an easy target, even for a pride of lions. Lions will usually target baby hippos, but if the mother is around, they should expect some heavy retaliation. You can see how hesitant this male lion is when it approaches a couple of hippos. The lion is thinking twice about going for the kill. Hippos don't go looking for trouble, but they are extremely territorial, and should any animal enter their territory, they better be ready for a fight. Our last clip shows a male lion up against a huge hippo. The lion first ignores the hippo, but the minute the hippo has its back turned, the lion sneaks up on the hippo and jumps on its back. The lion bites on the hippo's tail and doesn't let go, but we're thinking this lion will not get anywhere near with this attempt. I was impressed with most of these animals, but the ones that impressed me the most were the zebras. I mean, pulling that kung fu stuff on some of these lions was an incredible sight. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 times a prey fights back and defeats a predator. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.